Midnight music mix.
This year during the pandemic, listening to how I listen to music, I have to say, did not really change that much for me. Um, I do the brunt of my actual listening downstairs in my studio, like most like most musicians. Um, my studio is down in the basement. That's where we live. But I was yeah, so I'm listening to music every day, in my actual studio, and I have a routine that, I mean, changed uh because of the pandemic. But I mean, every day, but the part, my writing end and listening end, didn't change that much. I mean, before I start writing, and I write every single day, um, uh, I sit down in my studio and I just listen to something. I listen to something that's inspirational, that may or may not have something to do with the style of music I'm writing that particular day. Whatever show I'm working on, says, well, this is what you're going to write. I'm very fortunate that most of the time I'm working on 3 or 4 shows at the same time. Last year didn't really change that much for me. I mean, I wasn't working on 4 shows at a time, but I was usually working on 3. So for me, the day is kind of like, well, what do you feel like writing today? One thing that changed very heavily in my life, um, because I'm a smoker. I have been for, since I was, you know 13 years old, sadly. But so for me, it was really important, and also for my family, it was really important that I just keep myself safe. So rather than, and that thing of not being able to go anywhere, um, so I've, and I'm still doing it. I take a drive every day for an hour. I get in the car and I take a drive, and I listen to some music in the first part of that drive, and then I do a vocal warm up, which gets me ready to start writing and start singing for the day. But I also make sure that every day I drive to one of the places I would normally have gone. And that, I have to say, kept me sane. Just driving, listening to music, and going to an area of the city that I would go to, um, just to feel normal. Not getting out of the car, but at least being in that area, you know. And I do believe that was a huge part of staying sane. This has been a this has been a thing.
Midnight music mix.